sure that I installed the web server, Apache 2, and the generator of the keys, which EASYRSA will do. These are already installed on my system, so just to be sure. I will create a new website, an SSL site. As a root, I will create a new file in Apache 2, sites available, and I will call it my SSL conf vi with an editor. So in this configuration, I will point to the certificates that I will generate within minutes. I will call them the same as my website name, so I will call it World Wide Web myssl.conf crt, and I will call it here the same with .conf and the keys. These are the requirements. I will save these. I will also make sure that I enabled the Apache 2 module, enable the SSL mod, enable the SSL module. It's Apache 2 enable mod SSL. It's already enabled, so that's fine. I might even start the site or enable the site, but it will not work if I do so. I might enable site my SSL. I will not restart yet because it's not configured properly and it will not start. Just to be sure, I will add a website in or index file into I forgot my editor again, var www.index.html, and I will add my SSL works. So that one, my basic website will be my basic website. That's the first part. The first part in generating the keys is creating a directory as a user, EASYRSA, and I will create a link to the existing installation of EASYRSA, LNS user, it's in user share EASYRSA, and I will create a link here to the files there. So if I go into this directory, I'll see there are some examples. We have to create our own variables. So I will create a file here. You can see the examples, or I will create a new one. I will put in all parameters, for example, the country, the province, the city, organization. I will add this information, this like the minimal information to start a public key infrastructure. First command is use EASYRSA to initialize the public key infrastructure. Then it will create directories. For example, here you'll see it created the pki directory, and it will use this directory to store its keys. Okay. That means I can start off with building my own certificate authority. That's the first step. My certificate authority will validate my web server. So that's the first thing to do. And then I will build my certificate authority. Now it's the same server as my web server, so I can use the same certificate for my web server and for my certificate authority. No, I can't add a name. I was wrong. I can't use a name. I have to provide the name later. I have to provide a password. This password will be used to accept other servers, accept HTTPS servers. So the name will be the same as my server. It will be my SSL local. And it's complete. Just to be sure, the name I'm using is World Wide Web .mySSL.local. So I do need this name in my file, in the host file, because I don't have a DNS server, so I have to put it here, the name, and I can use, for example, the World Wide Web as a name, or the full name, mySSL.local. Just to be sure it gets into this machine. Okay. I will generate a certificate, a request for a certificate for my certificate authority. The request will be for the name my SSL local, and I will ask nopass. I don't want to use a password to restart the servers. So I did already generate one, so I have to do it again. I overwrite it. The name is correct, so it generated the keys now and the request. I can use this to sign the request because I'm on the certificate authority. I can sign this request that I generated. So I use a sign request of the server. It's a server request, not a client or certificate authority. So I will sign this request, which is located here in the rec file, my SSL local. Confirm. Yes. Okay. A passphrase is the password of the certificate authority. And it's okay, generated a request file. That's fine. Our last step is generate the keys. Diffie-Hellman did already do that, so I will regenerate the keys with random keys for the certificates. I generated the certificate, so I have to see that everything gets into the right place. This should be done as a root user, so I can create some directories. I will create a directory in etc.pki. I will create a private and a certificate directory, public. So these directories for for the web server, I will do kind of the same. I will create a TLS private directory and a TLS certificates directory. The first two directories are for my certificate authority. These last two are for the Apache web server. Then I will copy the files into it. I will copy the CA file certificates into etc certs as a root. and I'll copy the other generated key into the private one. Oops, I think I copied the wrong one there. To the private. Just a moment. This first command was wrong. It was like this, and I'm gonna remove. Well, I can leave it there. So that's the for the certificate authority. Then I would like to provide the files for the Apache web server. I will copy the two files as a root. The files issued to the certificate directory, which is etc.pki. This one is for the Apache certs. And then the private part is in the private directory here of the server. This is for the server, for the web server. Private is a key, and I will put this into the private part for the web server. I do have to change the owner, because otherwise Apache cannot access the files. So these are ready. So last part is change the ownership. My Apache web server is running as www data user data, the same group. So I will change the owner of those files that I copied. etc pki tls private. I'll change all, and I will do the same for the certificates. In that way, everything is ready for the server. In this last part, I can already restart my web server because the files are in place. Sudo ctl restart apache 2. It fails, so there's something wrong. Still something wrong with the files, I guess. So then I have to debug the situation. I can use this command here, or I can just watch the status. It says failed the file. It says name has no effect, and syntax error on line 5 on the configuration. And probably this last file, etc.tls, is not there. I will check this. I used conf, it was a I used the wrong name of the file, so we'll work better with the right name here, local and local. That might be okay. Try to restart it now. Okay, looks like it's okay right now. Status, yes, it started and it's enabled. That's great. Okay, in this last step, I will open a browser and I add the name my sl.local. And I will make sure that it's HTTPS. Okay, it doesn't take it. I can't. It's an unknown issue. I will not accept the risk. I can check the certificate here, which is okay, but that means my CA is not added to Firefox yet. So I will try this here with the settings. I will search for certificate authorities, view certificates, and then I can check here if there's a certificate of my server. It's not, so I'll import it here, and I'll try to add my certificate here in home, EASYRSA. I'll try to add my own CA select, and I will trust it for everything. Okay, I hope this will do for him, just to use my own server. Check this out, and it says it works, and it is it has a lock here, so it is encrypted.